Good night. Thank you. And Cordova's been a big supporter from way back, folks. He used to come in our room at the beginning of our show and talk about history.
Can we talk about the homestead renewal plan?
Sure, let's go to the homestead renewal plan.
Really
let's go there.
Interested in this.
Talk about it. Let's go.
Okay, so Gunslinger Mike, what we want to do, we do believe that homelessness is a huge problem, and we believe in a baseline plus society, because we shouldn't have a baseline of homelessness and hunger in our country, especially where we have the technology and the capability to solve this issue. What we propose at America's Third Party is a homestead renewal plan. Much like Abraham Lincoln proposed a homesteading act back in his day, we can't give everyone 32 acres of land. However, we do believe that people can invest their own sweat equity, their own labor into building up a home that they can live in. So, the homestead renewal plan, basically, the government would buy up houses that are foreclosed, or they would have land that they can then bring in the material to build new houses. The people themselves, we would repeal the Davis-Bacon Act so that the people can then actually work on these houses and help build them up with their own bare hands. Because people don't have a whole lot of money to buy new houses, but they have the ability to build them. Now, the new houses, and even the ones that are foreclosed and are being renovated, will be overseen by a licensed contractor, and then there will be regular people like you and me working on those houses, building them up underneath the licensed contractors. So the regular people will actually be learning a trade, learning how to maintain their own houses, and then they'll get to actually have the opportunity to live in one of these houses that they help build up.
These are
exactly, Big C, you're absolutely right. The U.S. government is the largest landowner in America.
Right.
Go ahead, David.
And these prices can sell for as low as $50,000 per house once they've been completely renovated. And you can see how the government's going to make some money on this, because in houses are selling for around $5,000 right now in some areas of Detroit. So
right.
we can turn those houses, we invest in the labor, we fix up the houses, we invest in the parts, and the carpeting and the necessary paint to put on the walls, fixing them up, and then we flip these houses for $50,000. This is not going to impact the current private sector real estate market as it exists. It will not impact the mortgage market either. We are going to route these loans directly to the government. You're not going to have to pay a lot of interest. It's going to be a fixed rate, about like 3 to 4%. And you're going to guarantee that you won't have to pay fees and all kinds of points and brokerage fees like you currently pay with the existing plan that Obama has been using. We won't have to face those charges.
Yeah, and so the other thing that it could do is be almost like a rent to own situation, so that if people ever decide that they don't want to live in one of these houses before they actually own it, then the government would retain ownership of these houses.
Yeah, and the government wants to ultimately make money in return for this plan. So not only is it a win for people with sweat equity working on jobs, making a living wage, it's a win for people to have a home ownership that have never owned a home in their life. It's a great way to get ahead of your bills. And the government will make a little bit of money back, which will ensure that our country continues working and functioning, as opposed to draining your tax dollars right now, which is what it's doing.
Okay, so some people are concerned about where does this money come from for the homestead renewal plan. And the thing is that right now in government we have the Housing and Urban Development HUD program, which has two programs within its area. One is called Home, and we can use funding from Home, which is specifically for a purpose like we're talking about. And the other is, once we have houses built through the Home program that the government owns, then we can have those houses before the government flips them and sells them. While the government's still owning them, they can be houses that people are qualified for Section 8. Because right now, through our Section 8 program, the government is subsidizing landlords to house people. Now this money, the government, instead of paying a landlord, they can actually retain that money to build more houses.
Yep, and return investment to the government.
Exactly. So it's all about thinking long-term. That's what we do at America's Third Party, thinking long-term. Yes, there are certain situations where we have to invest in the short term, but we always want to have long-term solutions to America's problems, and to think about always building a sustainable society, making sure that people don't take advantage of the programs that, when I say take advantage of the programs that we build, that they are meant for people to take it as an opportunity.
Okay, Fleet Mansions wants to kill them all because they're lazy drug addicts who don't even care to take care of themselves. So, he doesn't want to do anything for people. Fleet Mansions, do you own your own house? Do you want to own your own house someday? Do you want to get a really good deal on a house that's fixed up? You already own your own house? Okay, well, you don't have to worry about it then. But there are a lot of people that would like to own their own house, and they're not reprobates. They're not living on the street, per se. This is for all people who have never owned a house. Everybody who's never owned a house or who's currently lost their house in foreclosure, it has the opportunity to buy this. You can't buy into this if you're an investor and want to just buy these houses and flip them. You won't qualify.
Exactly. These loans will specifically say that they do not go to someone that wants to flip them. I think part of that also needs to be that if people are first-time homeowners, that they can't sell them after they buy them for a specific amount of time.
Okay.
Because then what will happen is developers will have someone that's a first-time homeowner buy them for $50,000 from the government. They'll buy them for $60,000 from the people, and then they'll sell them for $100,000.
I'm going to go panning for gold sometime soon, I think. I got my gold pan out there. I'm going to go out to a stream near here and start looking for gold. I think that's kind of a cool hobby. I think it would be fun to go out there. There's a stream not panhandling, panning for gold. Panhandling is different, Sarah. That's called when you stand in a corner going, "Hey man, you'd spare a buck." I heard people at Panhandle make up to $500 a day. Is that an urban myth or is that true?
I think that no matter what you do to make money, I think it's a lot of hard work. That's what I think.
It's hard work to stand there and going, "Hey man, could you spare a dollar?" That's hard work.
Well, they have to sit in the sun all day, but I don't know.
Well, I don't consider it hard work to stand there and look like a reprobate in the corner saying, "Hey man, can you spare a dollar?" And the pan with machines is literally dust like flakes of gold. Wow. Yeah, they do. WTF, huh? What? That's true. Did you guys see the recent Gold Rush Alaska series on cable TV, where the old guy says, "I'm going to the glory hole," and he never found the glory hole? I'll tell him where the glory hole is. All right, moving on.
I think we've driven through San Antonio, Texas, Fleet Mansions. Alan is on vacation until
they did find the glory hole? Really? They did find the glory hole. Wow. Okay. Well, that's good news. They found the glory hole, Sarah. On the Gold Rush Alaska.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, good. Well, I'm so glad
they were very close to finding it, but then they found it, but as soon as they realized that was it, then they got snowed in.
Yeah.
And so basically the guy didn't let them come back to the same location the next year.
Oh, right.
Because of course they did all the hard work, and the guy's going to go out there and get the gold after they did all the hard work.
Natavetti says he saw a homeless man with a $1,000 watch on asking for his money for child support with like an iPhone in his hand. Wow.
Yes, hey, what I mean,
I've heard that these people
money.
Don't give these people money.
Instead, give them opportunities to work in a housing like we're talking about.
Yeah, and give them food bars. Get a box of those little food bars, the cereal bars, and hand them out to people. If you really want to help these people, give them a food bar. All right. Okay, it's your two favorite people. Thank you. Hi, Jake. Welcome to the show, man.
Hi, Jake.
We have a video of Jake. We could play it.
Oh, sure. I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
It's pretty cool. Jake, we're going to play your video.
It's coming to the end of the show. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with me tonight, and I hope you have a wonderful evening and a great tomorrow, and I'll be back here tomorrow evening.
Exactly. Sarah will be back, and I will be continuing this wonderful show tomorrow as well. As you know, we do this every weekday night, 6 to 8 p.m., and we are completely committed to this effort to get me on the ballot in your state. Okay. Stock market went down 76 points today. That's Sunstar, and she loves your outfit. Let's take a good look at that outfit here. It's really beautiful.
Should I stand up?
Yeah, you might as well do a little modeling show for everybody. Everyone loves it. Isn't this gorgeous? It's a paisley print. Isn't that lovely? It's a paisley print, and the top is absolutely gorgeous. Has kind of little frills. Take a look close up at the fabric. It's pretty interesting. Come on up close to the fabric. Isn't that neat? There she is. Okay, great. All right, we'll be signing off now and saying au revoir.
Good night.
Good night. Auf Wiedersehen, and all those other fun words. Mañana. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is going to be a challenge. Let's see if I can do this. There's Jake.
We'll be back in 22 hours.